Welcome to game 2 of what should be the biggest series of the season. Great teams of the past, teams from 1919 to 1930. Today it's the 1927 New York Yankees at the 1920 Cleveland Indians. It was all Cleveland in game number 1. Jim Bagby threw a 2-hit shutout. The Indians got an RBI single from Steve O'Neill in the second inning, and then 3 sacrifice flies that came in the 3rd, the 7th, and the 8th innings. Final score 4-0 Cleveland. So that puts Cleveland into first place on winning percentage. Now 13-4, 15-6. They're actually tied when you look at a games back standpoint, but that win giving Cleveland a bit of an edge, but that is a tough Yankees lineup to keep down, and we'll have to see if the Indians can do it again here today. So starting lineups for the Yankees, leading off and playing center field is Earl Combs. Second baseman's Tony Lazzeri. Babe Ruth's in right field. Lou Gehrig's at first base. Bob Musil's in left field. Pat Collins is the catcher. Mark Koenig is the shortstop. Joe Dugan's at third base. And the starting pitcher for the Yankees today is Urban Shocker. Shocker comes into the game with a 4-1 record in his 5 starts, but a 4.87 ERA. Shocker began the week one of just 4 pitchers in the league with 4 wins. 2 members of the Cardinals staff, Burley Grimes and Syl Johnson, they won their 5th games here earlier in week 6. The other one is Shocker's Yankee teammate Wade Hoyt. He'll be the starter in game number 4. So now for the Cleveland Indians, their lineup, Charlie Jameson will lead off and play left field. Doc Johnston's at first base. Tris Speaker's in center field. Elmer Smith's in right field. Steve O'Neill's the catcher. Larry Gardner's at third base. Ray Chapman's the shortstop. Bill Wambsgans at second base. And the starting pitcher for the Indians is Stan Coveleski. Coveleski just 2-2 after 4 starts with a 2.41 ERA. That ERA, though, does rank him 5th in the league. So, high stakes today. Indians looking for 2 in a row. They've actually won 6 in a row now after beating the Yankees in game number 1. So looking for the second win here in the series. Yankees looking to get the bats going. Only 2 hits in the first contest. Earl Combs to lead things off. He is hitting .356 on the season, second best on the team. Entered the week 4th in batting average in the league. And Combs will begin by hitting a bouncer to the left side. Third baseman Larry Gardner has it. He throws over to first for the first out. Tony Lazzeri comes to the plate. .284 average this season. And Coveleski strikes him out for the second out. Here's Babe Ruth. Ruth hitting just .275. Does have 8 home runs, which is tied for second in the league. And Ruth looks at ball 4. So the Yankees have a base runner with 2 outs. That'll bring Lou Gehrig to the plate. Gehrig is hitting .295 on the season. Began the week ranked first in the league in runs and triples. Tied for second in doubles. And he is going to pop it up, going to drift into foul territory behind the plate. Steve O'Neill is going to make the catch, and the side is retired. So here comes Cleveland. Charlie Jameson to lead things off. Jameson's hitting .290 this season. Went 2 for 4 in game number 1. He fouls the first pitch off. And then Shocker ends up striking out Jameson for the first out. Here's Doc Johnston. .277 average this season. 1 for 4 in game 1. Had a triple. Johnston, maybe another extra base hit here. It's a roll on his second column. Not an extra base hit. He singles into left field. And then on the first pitch to Tris Speaker, he steals second base. Speaker hitting .352, entered the week ranked 5th in the league in hitting. He was 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly in game number 1. He has got a runner on second here with 1 out. And he will come through that 22. He gets to roll on his second column. And Speaker sends one screaming into the left center field gap. Doc Johnston will score. Tris Speaker will walk into second base with an RBI double. And the Indians, who won the first game 4-0, they already lead this one 1-0. Here's Elmer Smith, batting .329 on the season. He was 2 for 4 in game number 1. He rolls a 22. He doubles into the gap. Tris Speaker will score. Back-to-back doubles, 2-0 Indians. Steve O'Neill comes to the plate, and O'Neill, after going 2 for 3 in game 1, overtook Tris Speaker right now as the Indians' leading hitters. O'Neill has a .356 average. Drove in 2 of the 4 runs in game number 1. Almost had another 22 there. It's a 23. So O'Neill fly ball to right. Babe Ruth will make the catch. Elmer Smith's going to tag, but he will decide to stay put. So that's the second out. Still a runner on second for Larry Gardner, who is hitting .269 on the season. Went 1 for 4 in game 1. First base is open. Shocker walks Gardner. That'll bring Ray Chapman to the plate. Chapman's hitting just .194 this season, but did go 2 for 3 in the first game. Pops him up. Right side. Tony Lazzeri has it. Makes the catch. Side is retired, but not before Cleveland scores 2 runs on 3 hits and is 2-0 heading to the second inning. Bob Musial to lead things off. Wasn't that long ago. He was hitting well over 400. He's come back to earth a bit, is now at 376. 0 for 4 in game 1. Dropped his average about 20 points. He was leading the league with a 395 average at the start of the week. Musial hits a fly ball into center field. Tris Speaker tracks it down for the first out. That brings up Pat Collins, 278 average this season. He will do something good here. 33, roll on his second column. 7 homers in 1927. And he's got one here. Drive to left. It's back. It's gone. The Yankees have their first run of the series on the Pat Collins home run. That is Collins' 3rd home run of the season. So 2-1 Cleveland. Here is Mark Koenig. Koenig hitting just .192 this season. Pops it up. Left side, Larry Gardner has it. 2 outs. That'll bring Joe Dugan to the plate. Dugan hitting just .165. He had one of the 2 Yankee hits in game number 1, a double. The other hit was by Yankees starting pitcher Herb Pennock. So the 1 through 7 hitters in the Murderers Row lineup, 0 hits off of Jim Bagby in game number 1. Anyway, Joe Dugan, 2 outs, nobody on. And Dugan strikes out. So, Yankees get 1 back on the Pat Collins home run. 2-1, heading to the bottom of the second. Bill Wambsgans leads things off, batting a team low 172. He was 0 for 3 in game number 1. And he will hit a ground ball left side. Joe Dugan has it. Throws over to first for the first out. Here is the Indians pitcher, Stan Coveleski. 2 for 8, 250 average on the season. Fly ball into right field. Excuse me. Babe Ruth will make the catch. 2 outs. Back to the top of the order for the Indians, Charlie Jamison. He struck out his first time up. This time, though, he will take ball 4, a 2-out walk. Doc Johnston singled in the first inning. Hard ground ball to third base. Joe Dugan able to knock it down. Throws over to first. Side retired. On to the third inning. Yankee pitcher Urban Shocker to lead things off. Shocker 0 for 12 at the plate this season. He will hit a ground ball to third base. Larry Gardner will throw him out. 1 away. Top of the order, Earl Combs. He is 0 for 1. And Coveleski strikes him out for out number 2. Tony Lazzeri struck out his first time up. This time, bouncer right side. Bill Wambsgans tracks it down, throws over to first. A 1-2-3 inning for Stan Coveleski. So, go to the bottom of the third. Here is Tris Speaker. RBI double in the first inning. That was his 14th RBI of the season, which leads the team. This time, fly ball into center field. Earl Combs has it, 1 out. Elmer Smith drove in the second run with a double back in the first inning. This time, bloops one over the shortstop's head into left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. 1 out and a runner on for Steve O'Neill. O'Neill is 0 for 1. And Shocker, actually, Shocker has an R, so not a strikeout. Pops it up. Shortstop Mark Koenig calls for it, and that's the second out. Here's Larry Gardner, who drew a walk his first time up. He looks at ball 1 and ball 2. And then he pops it up. And the third baseman, Joe Dugan, has it for the third out. We go to the fourth. Still 2-1 Cleveland. Babe Ruth to lead things off. He walked his first time up. I believe he has now walked 3 times in 5 plate appearances in this series. And Babe Ruth hits a ball up the middle. It's into center field for a base hit. Leadoff hit for Babe Ruth. Here's Lou Gehrig with a runner on, nobody out. Gehrig 0 for 1. And he fouls it up. He pops it up, foul territory. The catcher, Steve O'Neill, will go get it. 1 out. Bob Musso comes to the plate. 24 runs batted in, leads the league. He looks at ball 1 and ball 2. And then he hits a fly ball into right field that Elmer Smith will catch for the second out. Pat Collins comes to the plate. He hit a home run in the second inning first and only run of this series for the Yankees. This time, Coveleski strikes out Collins for the third out. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Ray Chapman to lead things off. Chapman's 0 for 1. And Chapman, fly ball into center field. Earl Combs should have it, but he doesn't. He drops it. That is going to be an E8. And the leadoff runner is on first base. Bill Wambsgans comes to the plate. Ground ball right side. Lazzeri has it. Throws it to Koenig at second base. Makes the turn on to first. Double play. So 2 outs now and nobody on. The pitcher, Coveleski, comes to the plate. 0 for 1 today. Still looking for his first hit on the season. He's going to get it. All you got to do is put these pitchers onto YouTube, and they find a way to hit. Coveleski's going to get to roll on his second column. And Coveleski has somehow legged out a triple. A 2-out triple for Stan Coveleski. First hit of the season. All right, can Charlie Jameson do anything to follow that up? Jameson is 0 for 1, walked his last time up. He will not. Ground ball left side, Joe Dugan throws over to first for the third out. Still 2-1 Indians heading to the fifth inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Yankees. Mark Koenig starts it off. He is 0 for 1. Coveleski strikes him out. There's Joe Dugan. He struck out his first time up. This time, though, Joe Dugan lines one between the first baseman and the second baseman. It is into right field for a hit. Urban Shocker comes to the plate. Oh, I had it backwards. Coveleski, who had the triple, he already had a couple hits on this season. It's Urban Shocker who does not have a hit this season. So Urban Shocker is 0 for 13. Not Stan Coveleski. So, well, it might be Shocker's time to do something good here, except that with a runner on first base and 1 out, Shocker is going to sacrifice here. And it is successful. Puts it down on the left side. Gardner's only play is to first base. So Earl Combs will have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Combs is 0 for 2, 0 for 6 in the series. First base is open. Combs walks. Going to bring Tony Lazzeri to the plate. Lazzeri's 0 for 2, 0 for 6 in the series. He has a drive to right. It is back. It is back. It is gone. 3-run home run for Tony Lazzeri. It is 4-2 Yankees. Tony Lazzeri is second home run of this campaign. The Yankees are in front. Babe Ruth. 2 outs. And Ruth pops it up. Gardner makes the catch for the third out. 3-run homer by Tony Lazzeri. The Yankees now lead 4-2. Indians in the fifth, 2, 3, 4 batters as they look to get it back. Doc Johnston to lead things off. He is 1 for 2 today. And he puts a ball into left field. It'll fall in front of Bob Musial for a base hit. Leadoff runner aboard for the Indians. Here is Tris Speaker 1 for 2, an RBI double in the first inning. He looks at ball 1 and ball 2. Ground ball to short. Koenig has it, flips it to Lazzeri, over to first, double play. I believe that's double plays in 2 consecutive innings for the Yankees. Yes, it is. So Elmer Smith comes to the plate. He is 2 for 2, an RBI double and a single. And he's got another base hit. Sharply hit ball into left field. Elmer Smith is 3 for 3 on the day. Still 2 outs. Steve O'Neill at the plate. O'Neill 0 for 2. Came into today as the Indians' leading hitter at 356. Re-roll the red die that got hung up. And fly ball into center field. Earl Combs has it. Side retired. Yankees will come to bat in the top of the 6th. 4, 5, 6 hitters. Starting off with Lou Gehrig. He is 0 for 2. 0 for 5 in the series. His woes continue. Fly ball to right. Elmer Smith catches it for the first out. Bob Musil's 0 for 2. 0 for 6 in the series. He might not be leading the league in the batting average by the end of this one. Ground ball. Bill Wamsgans has it. On to first for the second out. Pat Collins has a solo home run, also struck out. And he pops it up. Third baseman Gardner has it. 1, 2, 3 inning for Stan Coveleski. Bottom of the 6th. Larry Gardner leads things off. Gardner 0 for 1 with a walk. And he has walked a second time. Leadoff runner is aboard. Ray Chapman comes to the plate. Chapman is 0 for 2, reached base on an error his last time up. He looks at ball 1 and ball 2. Chapman, ground ball between Gehrig and Lazzeri. It gets through. Larry Gardner motors his way to third base. And we have runners on first and third. Nobody out for the Indians after the Chapman single. Here is Bill Wamsgans. He is 0 for 2. 2-run lead. The Yankees will be playing deep. Fly ball to center field. Earl Combs has to come in to get it. And because it is shallow enough, Larry Gardner is going to have to stay put. There's 1 out. We're at the pitcher spot. Stan Coveleski. Now, I said last time it was he tripled. I said it was his first hit. It was not. It was his 3rd hit of the season. He could really use one here to help himself. First and third, 1 out. And ground ball, right side. Lazzeri has it to Koenig, to Gehrig. Double play. Another Yankees double play. The Yankees have turned double plays in 3 consecutive innings. That one hurt. Indians put a runner on third base with nobody out. Can't bring him home. They still trail 4-2 heading to the 7th. Mark Koenig to lead things off. Koenig is 0 for 2, struck out his last time up. And he pops it up. Larry Gardner calls for it, makes the catch. Joe Dugan's 1 for 2. He had 1 of the 2 Yankee hits in game 1. He's got another one here today. Ground ball up the middle. Ray Chapman able to get there. Throws over to first. 2 outs. That'll bring us to Urban Shocker, who is 0 for 1 and a sacrifice bunt his last time up. He's the pitcher still looking for a hit this season. Not this time. Rounder to third base. Gardner throws him out. 1-2-3 inning for Coveleski. 7th inning stretch. We go to the bottom of the 7th. So far, New York, 4 runs on 4 hits. All the runs coming via 2 home runs. Cleveland, 2 runs on 8 hits. Top of the order for the 4th time for Cleveland. Charlie Jameson is 0 for 2, has walked. And sharply hit ball into center field, but right at Earl Combs, and there's 1 out. Doc Johnston, he's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles today. And comebacker to the pitcher. Shocker overthrows Gehrig. It's over his head. Doc Johnston's going to make his way to second base on the throwing error by Urban Shocker. Should be 2 outs, but now there's only 1 out and a runner on second for Tris Speaker. He's 1 for 3. He's already driven in 1 run with a double. Ground ball to short. Johnson's going to have to hold at second base. Mark Koenig throws out Speaker for the 2nd out. Big spot for Elmer Smith. Runner on second, 2 outs. Indians trail by 2. Elmer Smith is 3 for 3 today. RBI double followed by 2 singles. Nope, comebacker to the pitcher. Shocker has it. This time he makes a good throw, and the side is retired. We go to the 8th inning. New York still leading 4-2. Earl Combs is 0 for 2, walked his last time up. Coveleski strikes him out. Combs strikes out for the 2nd time. Here's Tony Lazzeri, 1 for 3. Last time up, a 3-run homer in the 5th inning. This time, Coveleski strikes him out for the 2nd time. That'll bring us to Babe Ruth, 1 for 2. Has also walked. Has walked a 2nd time. Lou Gehrig, he's 0 for 3. He's 0 for 6 in the series. And still hitless. Ground ball right side. Doc Johnston has it. Flips it to Coveleski covering first. That's the 3rd out. Bottom of the 8th. Indians have 2 more chances to make up this 2-run deficit. Steve O'Neill, 0 for 3 today. Came in batting .356. Weak ground ball right side. Gehrig takes it himself, 1 out. Larry Gardner, 0 for 1, has walked twice. 66, he gets to roll in his 2nd column. Only 3 homers in 1920. Should mention, before we roll this, because not many chances for Gardner to hit a home run, the Yankees hit their 24th and 25th home runs of the season in this game. Cleveland only has 2 homers on the season. Gardner needs an 11 or a 66 to do it here. He does not, but he does have just a single. Well, never fun to just roll out a single on your 2nd column, but that's what Larry Gardner just did. And now Ray Chapman comes to the plate. Chapman's 1 for 3, singled his last time up. 1 out, 1 on for Chapman. See if we can get the die in the box. We do. Chapman has his 2nd hit of the day. It's a single. Sends Larry Gardner to second base. First and second, one out for Bill Wamsgons. He is 0 for 3 today. Came into today with a team worst 172 average. He is 0 for 6 in this series. They need him to do something here. He does not. Ground ball, left side. Third baseman Dugan has it. He throws to Lazare at second. He throws to first. Another Yankees double play. Oh my goodness. Another double play. That is now 1, 2, 3, 4 double plays turned by the Yankees in the last 5 innings. Still 4-2. Yankees have had 4 runs on 4 hits, 2 of them home runs. Cleveland, 2 runs, 10 hits. They've left 9 runners on base and have hit into, what did I just say, 5 double plays? 4 double plays in the last 5 innings. All right, here's Bob Musial. He is 0 for 3, 0 for 7 in the series. Coveleski strikes him out. Pat Collins, 1 for 3. Solo home run way back in the second inning. Ground ball to short. Ray Chapman boots it. That's an error. And Pat Collins is on first base. Mark Koenig is 0 for 3. Little dribbler in front of the mound. Coveleski picks it up. His only play is to first. He does get the out. Pat Collins advances to second base. Runner on second. 2 outs for Joe Dugan. He's 1 for 3. And pops it up. Ray Chapman will make the catch. Side retired. To the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Indians, who trail 4-2. 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up. So the Indians will send a pinch hitter to the plate. Will be Joe Evans. Evans is 2 for 4 at the plate this season. 349 hitter in 1920. Pretty good bat off the bench. Can he do anything to get things started here? He hits it hard. He hits it deep, but not deep enough. Earl Combs at the warning track makes the catch for the first out. Charlie Jamison comes to the plate. 0 for 3, has walked once. Jamison gets to roll in his second column. And Jamison, deep ball over Earl Combs' head. It's going to hit the wall. It's going to take a funny bounce. Charlie Jamison's going to make his way to third base with a triple. So, good for the Indians. They've got a runner in scoring position, but they need 2 runs. So the Yankees will play deep with 1 out. Doc Johnston is a hitter. He is 2 for 4 today. And hit up the middle. Mark Koenig able to make the play since he was playing deep. He throws it over to Gehrig for the second out. The run does score. So it's 4-3. The Indians scored twice in the first inning, put up a whole lot of zeros until here in the ninth. They have a run, but now it's 4-3, and they are down to the last out, and no one is on base. Tris Speaker comes to the plate. He is 1 for 4, had an RBI double back in the first inning. Hitless in his last 3 appearances. Can he keep this game alive? 66. He gets to roll in his second column. Only had 8 home runs in 1920. Hasn't had one yet in this campaign. Got a few chances on his card. Can he do it? He doesn't, but he does double into right center field. And the tying runs on second base. So Elmer Smith, he's 3 for 4 today. Can he bring home the tying run? 3 for 4 today, 5 for 8 in the series. He hits a base hit into right field. Babe Ruth. He's got it. Tris Speaker rounds third. They send Tris Speaker. Play at the plate. He's in there safely. It's a tie game in the bottom of the ninth. Elmer Smith comes through with a run-scoring single. It's all tied up 4-4. Down to their last out. Tris Speaker doubles. Elmer Smith comes through with an RBI single. Smith's second run batted in of the day. And it's 4-4. Indians aren't done yet. Steve O'Neill comes to the plate. He is 0 for 4 today. 2 outs, runner on first. But fly ball to right field. Babe Ruth has it. And this game's going to extra innings. Indians need a new pitcher. They're going to go to their bullpen ace, Duster Mayles. Mayles, this will be his 7th appearance. He's 2-0 with 2 saves. Hasn't given up an earned run in 10 2/3 innings. Hasn't even given up a hit in 10 2/3 innings. Wow. Has given up 2 walks. In the 10th, Urban Shocker's scheduled to lead off. He's pitched 9 innings. His day is done. Yankees will send up Johnny Grabowski to pinch hit here in the 10th. Yankees 4 runs on 4 hits. Cleveland 4 runs on 13 hits. Johnny Grabowski, he is 3 for 9 at the plate this season. And Grabowski, I'll change the pitcher here. Males, okay. Grabowski sends a ground ball to shortstop. Ray Chapman has it over to first. 1 out. Earl Combs is 0 for 3 with a walk, has struck out twice. And well hit ground ball in the hole, but Ray Chapman comes up with it, fires across the diamond. Great play by Chapman. There's 2 outs. Tony Lazzeri is 1 for 4. He struck out twice, but he does have the 3-run homer back in the 5th inning. And Lazzeri, he pokes the ball into left field, and it is in for a base hit. Babe Ruth comes to the plate. First pitch, Lazzeri steals second. And now there's a runner on second with 2 outs for Babe Ruth. 1 for 2, has walked twice. Chance to put the Yankees ahead here. First base is open. They walk Ruth again. I believe that's 5 walks in 2 games. So Lou Gehrig with a chance. First and second, 2 outs. Gehrig is 0 for 4 today. Gehrig is 0 for 7 in the series. He looks at ball 1. He looks at ball 2. Ground ball, left side, eats up Larry Gardner. Gardner can't handle it. E5, that loads the bases. Both teams have committed 2 errors today. Bob Musial comes to the plate. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Musial 0 for 4 today, 0 for 8 in the series. Came in to the series hitting .395, leading the league in a whole lot of categories, including 24 runs batted in. Can he give the Yankees the lead here in the 10th inning? He does not. Mayles strikes him out. Gets out of the bases loaded jam. Yankees are going to need a relief pitcher. They're going to go to their bullpen ace. We'll see more. So Urban Shocker was trying to become the third pitcher to win 5 games this season. He's not going to do it. This one's going to be decided by the bullpens. Wilcie Moore to face Larry Gardner in the bottom of the 10th. Gardner's 1 for 2, has walked twice. He pops it up. Joe Dugan makes the catch for the first out. Ray Chapman's 2 for 4, singled his last 2 times up. He looks at ball 4. Winning runs on first base. Bill Wambsgans is 0 for 4. Wilcie Moore uncorks a wild pitch, and Ray Chapman advances to second base. Winning runs on second, 1 out. Bill Wambsgans 0 for 4 today. Came into today with a team worst 172 average. First base is open. You might walk him to get to the pitcher's spot. We're going to swing away. Ground ball third base. Chapman's going to have to stay put. Dugan has it. Throws over to first for the second out. Now it's decision time for the Indians. Duster Mayles is at the plate, the relief pitcher. They don't have anybody else nearly as good as Mayles in the pen. If they lift him for a pinch hitter here, they could bring in a good hitter, but then they'd be in trouble in the pen. They're going to roll the dice and let Mayles hit. He has actually hit once this season. He is 0 for 1. Duster Mayles. And Moore loses him. Walks the opposing pitcher. First and second, 2 outs. Charlie Jameson, 1 for 4, tripled his last time up. Could win it here with a base hit. No, Moore strikes him out. We go to the 11th inning. Pat Collins to lead things off for the Yankees, 1 for 4, had a solo home run way back in the second inning. And hard hit ball. Ray Chapman, though, will get it and throw to first for the first out. Mark Koenig, 0 for 4. Fly ball into center. Chris Speaker has it for the second out. Joe Dugan is 1 for 4. And he fly ball into left. 1, 2, 3 inning for Duster Males. Bottom of the 11th, Doc Johnston to lead things off. Johnston 2 for 5. Ground ball to short. Mark Koenig has it, throws over to first. It's in the dirt. Lou Gehrig can't scoop it. Doc Johnston is aboard on the throwing error. Leadoff runner is aboard for the Indians. Tris Speaker coming to the plate. Speaker 2 for 5 has doubled twice. They are not going to sacrifice a Tris Speaker. They are going to let him swing. And Speaker, it's a ground ball right side. Gehrig able to get it to it. His only play is to toss it to his pitcher. We'll see more covering first. So Speaker's out, but Johnston does advance to second base. So almost like a sacrifice. So here's Elmer Smith, 4 for 5 in this game. He could win it with a hit here, perhaps. Fly ball to right. Babe Ruth has it. Doc Johnston's going to have to stay put at second base. That's the second out. Steve O'Neill is 0 for 5. Came into this game with a team best 356 average. Is he due? Can he do it here in the bottom of the 11th? He does. He singles into right field. Doc Johnston makes the turn at third. He's headed home. Babe Ruth's throw is not in time. Steve O'Neill with a walk-off single. The Indians win it 5-4. Doc Johnston scores. He's mobbed at home plate. Steve O'Neill is mobbed at first base. The Cleveland Indians have won their second in a row against the 1927 Yankees in thrilling fashion. 5-4 in 11 innings. Walk-off base hit by Steve O'Neill. For the Indians, 5 runs on 14 hits. They made 2 errors. For the Yankees, 4 runs on 5 hits. They made 3 errors. One of them was costly. That winning run, Doc Johnston, he reached base on an error. Cleveland, 14 hits in this game. Elmer Smith had 4 of them. Doc Johnston, Tris Speaker, and Ray Chapman all had 2 hits. They had 5 extra base hits, a couple of doubles by Speaker, triples by Jameson and Coveleski. Elmer Smith also had a double. Stan Coveleski, no decision, 9 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Duster Males will get the win in relief to improve to 3-0. Did give up his first hit of the season, but 2 more innings. So he has now gone 12 2/3 innings without allowing a run. So Duster Males gets the win for the Indians. For the Yankees, they had their 4 runs on just 5 hits. Tony Lazzeri had a pair of hits, including a 3-run homer. Pat Collins had a solo homer, but that was it. Urban Shocker, no decision, 9 innings, gave up 13 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 1 strikeout. Wilcie Moore, the unlucky losing pitcher, falls to 1-2. He pitched a 1 2/3 innings, gave up 1 hit, gave up 1 run. It was unearned, 2 walks and a strikeout. So with that, the Indians now clear possession of first place, no matter how you look at it. They are 14-4. They have won 7 in a row. The Yankees are now 15-7. So that is it from this game. Now action shifts to New York and Yankee Stadium for the next two games as the Yankees try to get back into this series. We'll see what happens. Game 3, we'll have that one on YouTube as well. Games 1 and 2, both available here on YouTube. We'll have Game 3 here in the next day or two. So that's all from League Park in Cleveland. 11 innings. Cleveland wins a thriller over the Yankees 5-4. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe.